Top 5 fits for Nebraska. I know you didn't want to talk about it, but I don't care.
No, Bear Bryant.
Yeah. If exorcism is the thing. By the way, super chat from Davod Z. Pack haven't won a bowl game in 2 years. Real stat. No, they've won. I don't know.
Who?
The Pac-12. I don't know. Somebody else is going to have to look that up for me because right now I'm in the top 5. But just wanted to acknowledge the $2 super chat. And thank you, David, for that. All right, top 5 fits for Nebraska. Number 5, Jay Norvell from Nevada. This guy is ready to pop into the Power 5. I don't know if it'll be Nebraska, but he's at Nevada. He's a really good offensive mind. He's a good coach. I think he's ready to take the next step. Is he a builder? Is he not even a builder? Is he a rebuilder? Because that's what Nebraska has to be. Rebuilt.
You know, I know Jay Norvell. I don't know him, but I know the name. I know what he's done.
Doesn't get you excited.
Here's the point. If Scott Frost isn't the answer, then who the hell is, besides Nick Saban?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's not going to be someone it's not going to be an Urban Meyer. That ain't happening in Lincoln, Nebraska.
No. Nor should it.
What about Mark Stoops?
Number 4.
Oh.
Mark Stoops.
All right.
That's what we're doing here. So
kind of got an old grizzly, old school, but he's still hip. You know, he's kind of he's winning at Kentucky.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, for him to stay at Kentucky just for spite now against his basketball coach.
Just to haunt Calipari,
yeah. So, especially if they have a good season this year again. But Mark Stoops has done a great job there.
Ooh, here's a name that popped in the chat room.
Yeah.
He would not do that, though.
Number 3, 0-7. Thank you, Levi. Number 3, Jamey Chadwell. I don't know why he's not in the P5 yet. And maybe this is the guy they need.
How old is he?
Not old.
Yeah, he's kind of a young pup, right?
Yeah.
We had him on the show. Great guy.
Great.
I loved his personality. A little bit unique, right? A little bit. Mm-hmm. Is he going to recruit to Nebraska?
Look.
Can anyone? They actually have, their recruiting rate, 36th in the country, and they're actually having a pretty good run. But that's...
You know, Tom Osborne.
I know, but different rules back then.
Different rules back then. But I do think that anybody can really recruit anywhere.
Yeah, no, because you can say, can you really recruit to Tuscaloosa? Think about it. We put labels on these cities where these schools are. I mean, all of them are usually smaller towns.
Yeah. I mean, look, and it might change. We've had a couple ADs that say, Houston, UCF, they feel like major metropolitan cities in the new NIL era might be able to push a little bit more because there's more opportunity for people to make money off the field because it's a bigger city. So those cities could, see an uptick in recruiting. But if it was all about the city, San Diego State would be in the Power 5
they would
and they'd be dodominating. I mean,
here's from Wayne.
Miami would have never dropped off.
Yeah, Miami, by Wayne Gerbic, it sounds logical about Frost. But Trev Alberts doesn't seem to be the type of guy who would dismiss a former Husker during the season, though he likely will have grounds to do so.
Well, I don't think Trev Alberts will be making this decision
that's going to be way above. And Trev is kind of a newbie when it comes to being an AD anyway.
Yeah. But I think Jamey Chadwell, again, it's bringing somebody up. It's bringing an attitude and cheerfulness around the program, which maybe they need, and someone who's enthusiastic. Number 2, I like the fit. We don't think it's going to happen, but I think Matt Campbell's a great fit for
you're going to lose
Nebraska.
Iowa State fans are going to lose their mind.
But
every opening now, it's a Power 5 type school or a blue blood, his name's going to be attached, just like we've seen it with Baylor coaches.
Look, I would have maybe swapped him out for Luke Fickell if Luke Fickell's situation's about to get immensely better in a hurry.
Do you know who Nebraska almost hired a few years back? Was Gary Patterson. They almost... Yeah. I mean,
I would have said that when they would have hired him, that's a good idea. I think his ship has sailed.
He would have won.
But I think that...
And they would have really, truly had, when they say black shirts, a black shirt mentality.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of that tradition until they actually do something legitimate.
Yeah. And number 1, I mean, you said it, Matt Rhule. We were talking about this in the break, and maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But if he is not
Hold on, let me text him.
if he's not in Carolina, which, well, he's not going to answer that question because he's got a job right now and a really good one. He's an NFL coach. He's making a ton of money. But if his owner decides, David Tepper decides that Matt Rhule is not the guy. But I will tell you this. There's everybody around Carolina. The fans are getting hot because it's been 2 years and they haven't had a lot of success. But they haven't had a quarterback. But their owner, David Tepper, comes from the Steelers ownership group. He learned from the Rooneys. The Rooneys.
Yeah, but when did he join Pittsburgh's ownership group? Because they had already started. They had won handfuls.
But like if you learn from, if you're going to try to do things like they do,
Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
That's it.
That's it.
And
which is what Nebraska used to have. Bob Devaney, Tom Osborne, Frank Solich, and then poof, now they're going through them, spitting them out like they're candy.
But Matt Rhule would crush that job.
No,
he would
I had somebody tell me this, that yes, he would, because of the kind of players he would get there and he could recruit there. But the problem is he wants most, if in fact it ever happens again, I wish him the best in Carolina. He wants to go to a place where recruiting wouldn't be hard.
Yeah. And I think of
course every coach would want that.
I am not a Baker Mayfield apologist. I'm a Baker Mayfield realist. And if he is healthy and they block for him and the stars on that team, McCaffrey and DJ Moore, play well, then Matt Rhule's not going to be available. Because they'll do well enough to keep him. Because the defensive roster, have you seen the roster on defense that he and Phil Snow have built? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's great. Everybody would want that roster on defense.
Yeah.
Our roster on offense, except for the quarterback's pretty damn good. So, and we'll see with Baker this year. So I don't know. But I do think if Matt Rhule got that job, and he's going to be mentioned for a lot of college jobs until the Carolina situation is panned out, he would crush it. He would absolutely crush it. And of course, we're big Matt Rhule fans because we know him so well here.
And by the way, if I text him and said, hey, by the way, he would block my number. And he's probably wanted to do that many times before anyway.